It was a good Zen game.
Yeah, no, it felt very strong. It's just it got so late into the game that you know he was only so impactful.
Yeah, it's life as an 80 jungler.
Yeah, we talked about that. I've been tinkering with Shyvana when I'm playing with like friends. Is that dead next nerf, or is it still?
No,
Because
it's
it's
still good.
like when I try and play Echo, it's too like playing one in every 10 games Echo. I can't really like. Sometimes I'll get fed early, but the team fights are really hard.
Yeah, I agree. It requires a lot more practice. Whereas Shyvana just have to hit your E
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
It goes like positioning, knowing your burst damage. Wait, chill.
Yeah, like I'm trying to be greedy, eat a lot of camps, take Jarvan's camps, but the context is Kennen is pinging his like leg spikes, and he's just getting like eaten alive by
Uh
Set
huh.
throughout the game, who's destroying turrets pretty quick or like plates.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like something you can fully ignore.
Nice. My God, this VOD is 40 minutes. Something must have went terribly wrong. Everything's good so far.
I think Set just creates so much pressure on the side lane, um, and
Yeah.
eventually like as Zen, the way I
Yes.
fight him is kind of stat checky, right? Like it's not, I
Yes.
don't have anything to dodge his
W.
W. So when I'm like 10-0 and 11, my first death is to trying to help Set, but yeah, or trying to help take on Set. But you know, the 4 CS a minute LeBlanc's trying to 1v1 trade him in the side lane.
Oof.
Like it's already getting close.
Yeah. I think your best bet is gonna be a wombo combo. Like, it's good for you to recognize early on as soon as possible, even though you're fed, your champion just doesn't interact well with the fed set.
Yeah,
So best bet is to pair, especially basically matchmake. You're gonna pair your best matchup with his worst, right? So
what is our best? Like, wouldn't it
it's
be a
probably
Kennen, but
Bard.
our
It's
Kennen's
probably Bard
lagging?
LeBlanc. Yeah,
Okay.
lagging. Yeah, I
Our,
don't
our,
know.
our Kennen's lagging, and our LeBlanc's going to be like 4 CS per minute or
Yeah,
like
it has to be
3.9.
Bard plus one of the AP champs, like without a doubt.
Okay.
We can also think about how we can build as well. I think this is good. I think if you get super fed, no, actually, it's
I,
probably not
I
good.
do this as the base, and then I think I just start stacking armor because they're all like I go Frozen Heart
Yeah, yeah.
into GA into Death Stance. So I have like damage while stacking armor.
So this is probably like your first major mistake where he has the top wave, right? The top wave is neutral. So whenever the
Yeah.
top wave is neutral, and then he's able to push the next wave, you have to think about the fact that he can go one more, and that if he goes one
Uh,
more, that means the tower. So basically, in your mind, you have 2 turns to deal with the top wave. The first turn is the neutral wave, right, in the middle of the map. Once he
yeah.
clears that wave, this is the second wave that has to come. There's always 2 waves he has to kill before he gets to the tower. Then once
Yeah.
it reaches the tower, then if no one is there, we are losing like 700 gold, right?
Yeah. So I had to recognize that whoever it was, LeBlanc or Ezreal
Cannon.
coming out of base, like nobody went. Well, so what?
Exactly.
Kennen just went to the same lane as LeBlanc?
Yeah, basically. Look.
Okay, yeah, sick, sick, sick. Yeah,
They're
I didn't
losing their
recognize that.
minds.
Okay, yeah, I see this.
So you need to take over someone else's job because someone messed up, right? You just gotta take responsibility because someone else messed up.
Yep.
Because now, for sure, next time he bases, he's back. Like died like twice at top, but now he's really back. Or he's ultra back. He's literally got 2 towers,
Yeah, he has so much
one
gold.
sequence. Yeah, this would be the ideal combo. Like if you're not like you're still strong enough, it's probably gonna be Bard, you, and an AP champ. So it's the same thing again. You have to deal
I
with the
see him
problem.
bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once the wave goes neutrals and he's touching the neutral wave, you have to think about one, protecting the next wave, or two, protecting the tower. Uh, Either or. But ideally, you're protecting the tower instead of protecting the. Sorry, you're protecting
Okay,
the
so
wave instead of protecting the tower.
yeah, so here I saw two of them. I'm like, they're just gonna clear the wave, and it's fine. I'm gonna eat all his bot side camps into Dragon, and he like destroys the tower and kills one of them. Is that something I should be
No, you shouldn't expect
foreseeing?
that. But you should foresee that he's respawning in 10 seconds and
Yeah,
that you need to deal with. You need to think
his
about which
side
wave.
pressure.
Yes, you need to think about which wave
Yeah.
he's gonna to protect. So you made a mid
Okay.
play. You're not. So if you beeline it down here, he probably
Yeah.
clears the wave before you get there, right? But you can for
But you
sure
see,
protect
but
the
two
wave.
people were beelining it. If I was beelining with them, would I stay beelining when his whole bot side is open to counter?
Or that's no, obviously that's only if you can predict that they're gonna lose 1v2.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's the
But
hard
yeah.
part. But you should already be actively thinking about it after you kill him top. Okay, now you can breathe
Yeah.
for 30 seconds, alright? Sure, we're gonna push all the way out to neutral. But since our side lanes are so weak in clearing waves and just weak in general, we don't even push this top side into the tower. It's not even neutral. It's like it's still on our side of the map, right? That's like a problem.
Yeah. So should I just start pushing waves as part of my like jungle sequence at this point, even though it's like 18 minutes in?
Ideally, no, because you're sacking your side laners. But ideally, ideally you're protecting the wave that they're shoving. You're just like you're just an escort basically, right? You're just
Yeah.
protecting the wave.
I understand, but it genuinely feels like they're just like chickens with their heads cut off. And
Oh, 100, like for sure.
yeah.
Like this is hard to expect, but for sure I'm focused on either killing this guy anyway, like three-manning this guy instead of taking
Yeah.
Jarvan's camps, or I'm just like, if set backs off, I'll just take my own camps and then protect the next bot wave. So
Yeah, fair.
either way, like when you
Yeah, I
verse
think
a
I
Fed,
had to prioritize shutting down the Fed set versus the counter jungling. Like,
yeah, 100%. When you verse
yeah,
a Fed top laner, like that can just break towers. This is how you have. Well, this is the most effective way to play because your KDA doesn't matter at this point if he's breaking your whole base, right?
yeah. And now, like, Kog'Maw actually does damage to me,
Yeah, yeah. He's
and
only
so
one
can
item, and he
2.5.
actually,
But
yeah.
yeah,
So now you can breathe, right? Because Set's dead. It's the same scenario.
yeah,
So now you can do something. But you can see the theme of the game, right? Cannon LeBlanc, pretty shit wave clearers. We have not.
yeah.
Look, he's basing. Like we need, we need to generate a side, like a turn, because they get to roam the whole map because
Well,
our waves are
now they
permanently on
two
our side.
push top, mid is exposed. This
Yeah,
is where I lose my like. I see her doing these trades where she can just avoid, but she's having fun on the Blanc. And
yeah,
then I'm thinking with her burst it's enough, but she doesn't. I don't think she even commits a W.
yeah. She's She doesn't know when she can go in. She's playing pretty scared. I just noticed as well, Alex, you definitely should go Conqueror if you're looking to like be more
Um,
impactful in your individual role. But like, so PTA is going to be early game, and then Conqueror is going to be like mid game.
yeah. I think when I saw this game, I didn't like predict Set would shit on Kennen so hard. So
Yeah, that's
the
fair enough.
overall the PTA has been feeling really good in that I'm just like destroying 1v1 early. It lets me build the Titanic, which I like that combo, like the
Yeah,
quick
the
knock
proc.
up. But then it gives me the damage on the W to
Yeah,
be more impactful. That's kind of like what I've felt. Like there was a game where I was like into Mundo, Tom, or whatever, and like 3 tanks. Then I went Conqueror, but overall it feels like better agency early
yeah.
with PTA.
No, it should.
But I
That,
agree. I agree. Conqueror with this set would have been better, but
that's fair.
like in theory, if both people play well, like Kennen should shit on Set. No, like it should be very
Yes.
hard for Set to play into Kennen.
Yeah, for sure. So these are. I know this is like. This was like a little bit spontaneous, right? You're just reacting to Zed, but when Set's dead, you're pushing side, and then after pushing side, well, you're not pushing side, Cannon just died, but you gotta, you probably want to be in the mindset to get something done, right? Because their strongest member is
Yeah.
essentially dead.
Well, that's why I was looking for the invade, but I see I
Yeah,
could have been there on like mid wave.
yeah, that's really good. Hopefully you guys don't get obliterated here. I don't see how you
We
would.
get it. Then they choose to fight, and
Okay, yeah.
I think I still like clean up, but it's not as
Yeah,
like
it's
they
not
die.
ideal.
So then pressure is down.
Oh, nice ult. And this is not bad considering Zet's not like forcing like 3 people to come to his lane.
Yeah.
He's team fighting and he's actually dying.
No, it feels like the game stabilizes, and then it actually just becomes like I think LeBlanc now is the new problem, where she hasn't CS'd for the last like 15 minutes and keeps trying to like outplay.
Yeah, it's 27 minutes and we haven't got 2 outer turrets on the side. Like even if you get these kills and we don't break any towers, it's still like we're still running into the same problem. We're not opening up the
Yeah, and here I backed to match the set, but without tower, like I actually can't do anything into him. I've stopped like damaging him.
map. Oh, he's egoing.
Like,
Okay.
should I have gone Blade of the Rune King like third item or something?
I was gonna say that, but it's such a niche scenario. Like if you can identify it for sure, but
like into Alawi's and Yorick stuff like
yes,
that.
this set literally has all health, no armor except ninja taps.
Yeah. See, I'm identifying it in the game. I know we need to get these towers, but it's like if I side push a lane, like people are dying. There's 43 deaths in 20. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. You gotta go about being in between the lanes. So if your
okay.
goal is to get mid and top push, you need to be between mid and top, like literally. Like
Just like forget the camps, like effectively either push or shadow a
um
push.
be smart about it, right? You can do both at the same time, basically. But you have to time your body, your map movement, like your physical character movement with the wave. So
Hmm.
if the wave's walking out, let's say the next wave here is walking out. Let's say the LeBlanc, right? You want to protect this wave.
Yeah.
Let's say, imagine there's no wave here, so it keeps moving. Like
Yeah.
you have to think about, can I do my Wolves and Gromp if I want to protect this wave? Because Set is
Hmm.
probably going to touch it, right? And you're going to think about whether
Yeah.
it's worth skipping or not. And then if you don't want to skip, then you just let's say, hey, I'm going to let him get this wave. But the next 30 seconds, when the next wave comes out, I'm going to protect that wave, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The
But
problem is in these kind of games, like I don't even have confidence if we can like 2v1 set because I'm not sure if people are gonna like hit their skills, position properly.
100%. That's why you got to bring your boy Bard in.
That one
But
I actually felt pretty bad that I went in on, but I think I soaked enough time that it worked out. Or Kennen must have gotten a good flank. I don't know why it.
it does work out because Zed overcommits, and then yeah, Ken gets a good
Yeah.
flank. Oh no. Oh wait, you have 6 grubs, I guess.
Yeah. I did prioritize the grubs,
Yeah.
but see, like there's still it's I don't know if they die here. They overstay. It's just the game feels hard. Who's set his TPing bot? I'm able to ping that off
Yeah, so
successfully.
like this is everything, a lot of stuff's happening here right now, but like if we just look at the wave states and the state of the map with waves, basically the wave states is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We need to deal, it's early prevention versus like freaking stage 4 cancer. Like
Hmm.
this guy's, you need to, Alex, you need to put a little bit of coordination in. Like this guy is just completely not side lane. I don't know how he's level 17. He like just does not want to push sides
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I think I go push it, or I am backing thinking about pushing it. Let's see if I. Okay, I see Ezreal's on it. Oh, this next sequence, no. Ezreal for some reason drops it.
Yeah,
I
you
push
push
two
top here,
waves.
but this is like early, like the early prevention is better than you having to like recognize now.
Early
Like,
prevention is pinging Kennen to do it.
yes,
That's what you mean?
exactly.
Okay, yeah, I
Like
see. Okay.
you should, because for you to play the game, Cannon needs to push the wave. It's not something like I'm gonna help my team play better. No, I need my teammate to do this so we can play the game. It's like
Yeah.
if it's almost like if you decided to do what he did before, we just lose two
Yeah.
free towers for free. We cannot play the game if we just lose 2 free towers for free.
Yeah. Is this build fine, or would you replace one of the items
I
with Blade
mean,
of the Ruined
besides
King in this
Blade,
context?
yeah, because of your like the amount of gold you've generated and the fact that the one champion that was nice. The one champion you are struggling with
Yeah.
uh is countered by like your like Blade basically, or
But which one?
will help a lot.
Like, at which point in the build would you be getting Blade? Like, instead of Frozen Heart third,
Second,
because Frozen Heart seems like it has too much value into their team. Is it
I
fourth?
would literally go at second.
Oh,
If you went
instead of
Titanic,
Sundered Sky, if that was the way the game was playing out.
yeah, 100%. Because
Okay, true.
the later you get a damage item, the worse it is for you. The earlier you get it, the more you're gonna get away with it, right? Because
Yeah.
their backline doesn't have as like their Lulu has a longer cooldowns. Like there's just so much. There's less gold in the game, so there's less burst on you if you go squishy, right? So
Yeah.
that's the mentality, and it just helps to proc Titanic, right? Like I mean, it helps another auto attack reset, right, with Titanic. So you've got
Yeah.
PTA plus you've got Blade procking. It's really, it can feel really good, but always obviously if you're versing a lot of burst damage, it can feel terrible. But if your one job is to shut down the set, it's gonna feel really good.
Hmm. Like, if we go back in that sequence, just like where bot follows LeBlanc and dies, like, is that no, like further ahead,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
before where you were there. Like here, LeBlanc overstays, makes a solo
Ezreal
play,
chases, yeah.
gets killed, and then they chase. Am I beelining to the map there, or what I did in terms of like just making my play on the side I'm already on? Because I don't think out of base I could predict that, as like I know LeBlanc's overstaying and doing dumb stuff because she's been doing that the whole game, but predicting my bot commits.
You can definitely predict your bot lane's committing. Why is this Ezreal walking? You should just be pushing mid. You should be back pinging.
I
You can
guess the
already
moment I
see,
see, yeah, yeah,
and he's ping on his way. You can already back ping this and assist ping the wave. It's like
okay,
the best thing to do when it comes to like influencing people is not telling them to not do something. It's telling them to do something else, like an action, right?
yeah. I have
So
heard that, and I am very much saying like, please do not die or stop making solo plays. Yeah.
versus do this, and then
Like
it's
push,
like
push wave. Yeah.
it's managing people, I guess. Do this, please. Thank you. The Yeah, I mean, we're gonna run it back on the same example. Oh wait, sorry, no, I'm trolling. I thought Set somehow pushed all the way to tower again, but he just ignores the next
He's
wave.
proxying. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
proxying, never mind. But okay, this would be a good example, right? So thank God we have top push, right? Great.
Yeah.
Now someone has to show top. So now we can work as a 5-man on the bot side by protecting this bot wave.
Yeah. Well, we're also fighting for soul.
Oh
Like
yeah, I guess
that's why
everyone's
everyone's
on.
lining up.
Oh, they're just
Yeah.
completely ignoring top wave. Well, what
Yeah.
LeBlanc
Yeah.
should do is she should actually not base until someone shows, and then make someone show top.
But
But
she has no TP, I think. I don't
is
think
this
she's playing
Soul?
TP, and it's an important Drake. Yeah, it might be soul for them.
Oh, it's Soul for them. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, nice.
No, I'd say like this game is like my I'm capped out at level of play and like also like disciplined decision making. I think I just struggled with like the macro calling. And it's probably like I just lost fate in some of these people, so then I'm not even pinging what I want because
Yeah,
despite what I say I want,
you
it's not
need them
happening. But
for sure. You need them to be useful to like advance the game.
oh, this is really bad, and I don't know. I don't know if my body like all four of them go on set, and then while like we're seeing Dragon being taken or Baron being taken,
Yeah.
and is that I don't know. I don't know if I did do the jump towards but then I realized okay we can't do this, but they did not realize that.
This is not bad. Like, it's not bad by either. Like, I wouldn't say your team did something completely wrong. I would say I think you were tunneling too much on the Baron here, Alex. It was as long as you live. So I would say it would actually be better to go early and make more time, because if you are and stand against the wall, right, you're not gonna get hit by anyone. Like, I don't think
Uh-huh.
Zed does significant damage to you, right? It's just the Cogmore. So
Yeah.
if you actually, like, as psycho as it sounds, if you actually went in early and then 50
On the first W.
like at 5k, yeah, like here. If you went in early and
Yeah.
then start E'd, back clicked, and then stood in a corner away from Cogmore, you would have
Yeah.
made enough time for them to overcommit, and Bard would, I mean, they would all die here. But since
True.
like Cogmore walks in
Also,
and
well,
procs their
also
like
my
procs your
R
GA.
gets no value because it
Yeah,
like overlaps with the Bard timer.
yeah, that too. But like the big thing was Cogmore getting your GA so fast, right? Like, okay, well,
Yeah.
he would, yeah, he gets it instantly after the battle. You
Yeah.
like Baron doesn't matter. You end the game. You know what I mean? The Baron doesn't matter because if they lose the fight, you literally end the game.
Like yeah.
So like next time you're in the scenario where like your team messes up or like does this, like I wouldn't say it's mess up, like I said, because if you do win the fight, you win the game. So
Yeah.
it's not about the Baron at
Because
this
we have
point.
the mid inhib. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not about the Baron at this point. It's about how how long can I keep them here for before my team
Yeah.
arrives without like just instantly dying.
Yeah. No, I was going for the steal, but
Yeah, the
I see
steal
your
doesn't
point
matter.
now.
Obviously, that would be icing on cake. That's why I said at 5k, because they're gonna stop you, right? They're
Yeah.
like, oh, he's trolling because the Baron's not even low, so we can kill him. So they're all gonna walk in a straight line at you, and
Yeah.
you should
And then
make
I
a
push
lot
him
of
out with
time.
the R and then
Exactly.
touch the wall.
And
That's
Cogmore
smart.
has to
I didn't
walk
think about
all
that.
the way into you, right? And then by that time,
Yeah.
the boys are showing up, and you probably only
The
proc your
boys.
GA now. Exactly. And you
The
should
boys
be
are
pretty
back in
good.
town. My crew.
I mean,
Uh,
they are serving to be somewhat useful now, the Soul Laners, compared to what happened in the
yeah.
mid game.
I think we lose the game right here. It's I I see a quick pick on Lulu because she just burned flash to dodge the.
Yeah, this looks good. Why does it go bad?
Yeah, we just get hard destroyed. I think LeBlanc doesn't hit a single thing. Zed R's the Ez.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, am I because so LeBlanc or Lulu just flashes, to dodge the bard thing. I have the bush speed up one.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think I don't catch it from this blast plant, but I'm thinking I can cut her off in time to just like force abilities or one shot her.
yeah.
And then is that a bad call or it's just like unforeseen misexecution across the board?
I think it. I think it is a bad call, but not because of execution. I think it's literally impossible to kill her here. You need, as Zinzao, for you to engage, unless you're like off flashing someone, like an
Hmm.
insect, you're not
Hmm.
gonna like you see how you CC her, but she's still moving, right? Like that's not good
Yeah.
enough. Like the slowing
No.
someone's not good enough.
Yeah. You know what? I had just sold my Titanic to get 6 items with a Yomu's, and so I'm probably thinking I have the Titanic combo. That might be. I just see that now.
Yeah,
Like in
you
the late
need the
game, I was
knock
trying to
up.
think of how to optimize the build. So Black Cleaver seemed good, but yeah, the Titanic, I couldn't combo it.
Yeah, I agree. If you believe you could knock her up in this very instant straight away,
I
and
thought I was knocking her up right there. Yeah.
yeah, then that is a kill.
Okay.
Um, but then you have to also be very aware that you are committing in front of a Kog'Maw, so you would have to ult straight away as well, which you pretty much do. So it would be close, but Lily would die, and then you'd have to play the fight after.
Yeah.
I'll definitely say like we don't even have to get to this point if
Yeah, if I play the set pressure better.
yes, like protecting, like choosing what timer you're gonna like. You have to, again, you have to early prevent. You have to deal with him as early as possible rather than later on, right?
Yeah.
When he's
What do we
already
think
hitting
about
tower.
like conceptually grubs this game? Because of course I was so much stronger than Jarvan that I could dictate. Like I could probably force dragon fights, and then we would have Infernal, which would help people deal with Set. I just kind of like it was hard to predict. In my mind, it's like Kennen with grubs is valuable because he is a range champ
Yeah,
into a melee. He should get tower pressure throughout the
yeah.
game with like TP flanks, but that did not play out. And so, kind of after those first 3 grubs, where Kennen's pinging my leg and like 0-3, is that where I should be just audibling to the dragon stacking?
So I mean, to be honest, I've never even thought of it that way. But the reason why I've never thought of it that way is mainly because I'm I think the way the game should be played is you should be able to confidently be able to close out the game if you have a lead and you have 6 grubs, regardless of you're playing a range champ who can hit towers or not. Because if you move on the map correctly or well enough,
Hmm.
you should be able to facilitate whether you're playing with a ranged or melee soul laner tower damage, right? Like
Yeah.
if you're able to make sure late waves crash and hover on timers where you can dive or create some sort of situation where they're split up, you should be able to close out these games. I know this game went to almost soul on both sides, but I also believe that if you shut down this set earlier,
Uh
um,
huh.
like you would, I mean, you would be advancing the game much faster, even though your mid and top went like we're a bit ignorant of the fact that you cannot win the game if you don't push waves. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
I would say always prioritize grubs for that reason.
but I've heard you say in other reviews you're like grubs doesn't matter, like it's not winning you this game, and so that's isn't that in the context of you're evaluating whether your current lane matchups will be able to like get tower pressure mid game?
I must have said that either because I value gold and EXP over it,
Yeah, you said that. Okay.
or I'm saying that because the only other context I would say that is before the grubs buff. But that was a long.
True.
I must have said that a long time ago. But after the grubs
So
buff,
so right now, if you're the strongest on the map, are you prioritizing 2 dragons over 6 grubs ever?
never. Yeah, I'm never doing that. No, like never
Okay.
ever. That's only if I'm playing Shyvana and I got a 5 minutes. So yes, there's like a early soul you can get, right, which is like 22 minutes or something. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but if you take dragon at 10 minutes, that's what, I don't know the math. That's like at around 20, like 25,
25
30.
minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
something
think it's
like
5
that.
minutes per. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Okay.
is, who said, like, first of all, who said you're gonna get an objective 4 times in a row, right? And then
Yeah.
if you are, then you're probably already winning the game anyway, which means you should be advancing the game. Like basically, the way I see the game right now is it's so fast paced because of the grubs buff, and once it hits the post 20 mark, the more important the objective than dragon is Baron, right? So even if they have
Hmm.
2 dragons, you can always pull them to the Baron side if you master the Baron sequence.
Yeah.
Where they have to come to Baron because they know it's more important than, for example, third dragon.
Yeah.
Sometimes people will tunnel, right? And then you can just get a free Baron. And then if they trade that, like you just have to believe in your ability to close out games.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you have 6 grubs, are you over like prioritizing in your mind these side lane plays that we've talked about, where you're catching people on the wave meet and then you kill them and are able to get tower pressure? Like
no,
how do you think
that's
about
general
coordinating
macro.
your team to? Sorry.
No, that's just general. That's just general. Like that's just general macro. Like that's
Like
general
you're always
strategy.
prioritizing the side plays over mid plays because of just how much harder mid is to
Yes, because
execute. Okay.
anyone can come mid, and when you
Yeah.
overextend in the mid lane, you're exposing yourself to 4 angles, right? Well, two
Okay.
if you want to be simple, but like there's so many entrances to like mid lane if you're sieging mid, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing, like just the basic theory on mid game, if we were to break it down as simple as possible, like a goal for you, Alex, would be to split them up. When you're ahead, your goal is to create uneven number fights. That's just it.
Hmm.
That's all you want to do. That's the purpose of pushing sideways. Pushing sideways makes them stuck on one side of the map because they have to catch the wave. If they don't, that's what Set does what he does, right? For example.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and if
and so when you say split them up, like if you're pushing one side, once it's pushed, are you going to the other side knowing that 1 or 2 people are going to the side you just pushed and you're making a play on the
idea,
opposite side?
if
Or,
you cannot continue, yes. So sometimes
okay.
you can't dive tier 2 bot, right? But you can push it all the way in. Um,
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't even push it all the way into tier 2 bot, but you can go into the shallow part of their jungle, like the entrance, like Tribush or the back of Red Buff Wall, right? There's stuff like
Yeah.
this, which if you can go to Tribush and if you can go the back of Red Buff Bush, sometimes you can create a fight, right? Because people often will try to defend their jungle as well, right? So you can create a fight there with a numbers advantage because, of course, someone has to catch a wave bot, right? It's
Hmm.
just things like this where the whole idea of being ahead to snowball the game is to put them in more unfavorable positions, right? Not to give them like an even chance. Like there's no
Yeah.
there's no gentleman's agreement. We're like, yeah, we're gonna 5v5. Like, no, we actually don't have to. If I can push in 3 waves into the tower and then you have to respond and then I can go to the other side of the map or I can start an objective and it's going to be 4 vs 5 or I can go into your jungle and we're going to create when we have numbers advantage. It's just things like that, and grubs accelerated that just so much more, right? If they make one mistake, like let's say the set dies on the neutral wave where the wave
Hmm.
meets, and they don't respond to the next wave and you have 6 grubs, like what happened with Set. Imagine if that Set had 6 grubs. That is literally like one-shotting the tower, probably getting
Yeah.
a Nexus tower and then leaving alive and basing and doing the same thing bot, right?
Yeah. Um, can I ask what? So to your point of like the Grubs buff accelerating the game, high tempo, like closing out. Why is your commentary on AD junglers like so negative relative to AP right now? If grubs are giving you so much tempo, like wouldn't it make sense to play stronger early game junglers?
Yeah, because AD junglers are only stronger at level 3, and then past level 3 AP junglers just you're automatically outscaled, or you're not outscaled at level 4, but after first buy, if nothing happens, right, you're outscaled. I'm saying in the context there, you don't create some sort of skirmish scenario, basically. You're
Yeah,
outscaled.
neither party gets an advantage and are level 4.
Yeah, so now you're just
You're
both
happier being an
farming.
AP with the
Exactly.
item at 900 gold.
The longsword, double longsword versus faded ashes is an unfortunate reality, right? Of there's a big
Yep,
gap. So
true.
that's the reason why basically. But I play AP champs the same way I play 80 champs in terms of like what we're talking about right now, the mid game.
Okay.
I will skip camps to protect waves, even as the AP champ. Like maybe less, right? But I will still apply the same principles regardless if I have a melee top or a range top.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. Thank you. Very helpful review.
No worries. But